Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted in the nations. I will be exalted in the earth." In 2019, I received a word from God to be still. This challenge actually came from God to read through the entire Bible, Genesis to Revelation, from January all the way through December, and I was able to do that. Every single day in 2019, I tried to make it a goal to spend time with God, to read through the Word, to work on developing my prayer life, and man, it was such a wonderful year of growing with God. And a lot of that growth happened in the stillness, in the quiet moments, every single morning when I would get up before coming to school or before starting my day. Going into 2020, of course, I thought that God would give me a new word. I'd already mastered this art of being still. Nope. Coming into 2020, I found myself with more downtime probably than I ever thought I'd have. Working from home, not having the daily commute to Woodbury from Stillwater, um, you know, not really having anywhere to go, being stuck in quarantine. And once again, I'm finding myself now in 2020 looking at an opportunity to be still. And I've really thought about that. What does it mean to be still? Well, when we are still, I truly believe that we become small and that God becomes big. When we choose to be still and when we choose to spend time in God's Word, um, He has the opportunity to remind us that we're not alone. When we choose to be still, God's whispers begin to be heard. Um, in the stillness, that's where we find peace. In the stillness, that's where we find rest. In the stillness, that's when we can finally let go and let God be God. You know, I think once we get through this COVID-19 pandemic, I really believe that there is going to be COVID-19 regret. When we all get back to our normal routines of going to work like we normally would, going to school like we normally would, the busyness of life, running to soccer practice, running to baseball practice, working on our schoolwork, all the daily things that we find ourselves doing. I really believe that when we get back to that, as a culture here in America, several of us are going to just feel this regret. Man, I wish I would have used that time to spend more time with God. Man, I wish I would have used that time to be still. Man, I wish I would have used that time to deepen my relationship with my brother or sister, or my daughter, or my wife, so on. And I've really started thinking about this, that I am going to be someone that uses this time, this downtime that I have. I'm going to be someone that uses it to be still, and I'm going to use it as an opportunity to grow closer to God and to grow closer to those who I love. So that's my challenge for you today. During this time of pandemic, during this time of quarantine, when we have a lot more time on our hands, I want to encourage you to be still. I want to encourage you to use the time that you have to grow closer to God, to grow closer to your loved ones. I don't want you to have any regrets when we finally come out of this, because we've been given, I think, an incredible opportunity during this season to reset ourselves, to reset our hearts, to reset our minds, and we've been given incredible amounts of time to be still and to grow closer to God. So, God bless. Be blessed today, and have an awesome day. Mr. Palkki, over and out.